Hello everyone, welcome to Cole's Vaping Reviews once again. Welcome to the video. I'm going to try and keep my videos a little bit shorter than what I normally do. I tend to waffle on a bit, so here we go. So what I've got tonight for you is a review for a device that I purchased from boldvape.co.uk. John Bold, thank you very much, John. This is the Vaporesso Target 75TC mod. I wanted this device because I liked the aesthetics look of it, but it is a love. It says a Marmite mod. You either like it or you don't. I like the white one and the stainless steel. It does come in 5 colours. 3 colours are available from boldvape.co.uk, which are black, stainless steel, and white. And there are another 2 colours, which is like a rose gold or a pinky colour on Vaporesso's website. And the other one is a purple colour. Now, what is the device? The device is a 75 watt temperature control device that utilises a single 18650 cell. It is temperature control, like I say. It utilises Ni200. It doesn't do stainless steel and it doesn't do TI, which are little negatives, and there's no firmware upgrades for it at the moment. It has a nice screen on it here, a trigger. The actual device is moulded, designed around a joystick, apparently, and it has an up and down buttons for changing your voltage, wattage, etc., and a front USB, which is nice to see because you can stand it up and charge it without sometimes the USB is on the bottom and you have to lie your mod down, but that's nice to see it being on the front. Now, the specs on this from Vaporesso's website, the size of it is 92 millimeters high by 48 millimeters width and 27 deep. Weight is 180 grams. It has a temperature range of 150 degrees C to 315 degrees C or Celsius and 300 Fahrenheit to 600 Fahrenheit. It has an output wattage of 5 watts to 75 watts. Minimum ohms resistance for the atomizer attached is 0.15 ohms or above. It's saying here is a suitable atomizer rather than a minimum resistance. It utilises a single 18650 cell, and in the casting is a zinc alloy and stainless steel. It has a 510 thread, and it has an OLED display. And if you have the white one, which I have here, it's got like a ceramic type finish feel to it. But the stainless steel one is pure stainless steel if you have the silver one. And the black one has this type of finish as well. Now, let's go ahead and have a vape on it first. I've got this set at 570 degrees Fahrenheit, and there's a reason for that. I normally vape around 500 Fahrenheit on Ni200 coils of 0.15 to 0.2 ohms, which this is a 0.2 ohm Ni200 Ccell coil in here. Now, there's a reason why I'm having to use it at 570 degrees Fahrenheit. Flavour's awesome. I've got some Murray Mints in here from exceptionalvapes.co.uk, and it's really, really nice. 70-30 juice. Let's close the airflow down slightly. Bit too much airflow. As you can see, these coils kick out some vapor, and they also kick out a lot of flavour. And I really, really am impressed with the coils in this. We'll have a look close up at the coils shortly. But the Ccell coils, they've been shrouded in a bit of controversy since a particular big vendor over in America slated the coil slightly, which made Vaporesso, or triggered Vaporesso into putting a statement and out on their homepage of their website, and also some compliancy certificates on the testing of these ceramic coils. And they've been further tested as well by another vendor over in America, and they've all turned out okay, which I knew they would. I'd been vaping on them anyway. Once I'd seen the ROHS compliancy tests on Vaporesso's website, that was it for me because the ROHS compliancy is a EU compliancy test, and it's a bit more stringent. So that's that out of the way. So yeah, 570 degrees Fahrenheit. The reason being it's 570 degrees Fahrenheit when I'm normally vaping at 500 Fahrenheit is the Ccell coils. It's a solid ceramic core wrapped around. The coil is inside. Let me just give you a quick glance at the coil now whilst we're on. We'll go into manual focus. In there is a, not cotton, but it's a ceramic solid core. And you can't see any coil because the coil is embedded in that 12 micron ceramic core. Now they use it on break. I've seen a couple of videos where somebody's actually stripped the coil down, got a Dremel to it, and there's actually a bit of cotton in there, which it's wrapped around the outside of the ceramic, which just feeds the juice through the holes and onto the ceramic. That's all the cotton is, but there's no cotton touching the coil at all at any stage in that coil. So it's purely coming, the flavour and the vapour is purely coming from the heat generated around the ceramic, and it's really, really good. And if nobody's tried these Ccell coils yet, because they are an Aspire fitment, and they will work with the Aspire Atlantis V1, V2, the Aspire Triton 1 and 2, and also any other sub-ohm tanks that utilise an Aspire type of fitment like the Playboy Vixen and the Super Tank Mini, etc. So that's that out of the way. So I said I was trying to keep the video short. Not on my channel. So yeah, so what we'll do, we'll dive down, we'll have a quick close-up look at this and go through the what the features of the device, and then we'll come back up and have a vape and I'll rate it, and we'll see what we can do with regards to scores on the door for this mod. So we'll see you down at the table, guys. All right, welcome down to the table, guys. Welcome to the close-up. Here we are with the Vaporesso packaging, and it's that's the contents of the packaging. It has barcodes and tells you everything you need to know there as well, etc. Now we slide that off like so, put that to one side, and then we have on the box a similar one. It does come sealed. You have to cut that seal. What I haven't seen on this box at all is a authenticity sticker at all. Any authenticity stickers or QR codes anywhere on the box or in the instruction manual. So you get an instruction manual, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's quite decent. Tells you about the device. You can pause the video if you want to read some of this. Etc. This is a card explaining the Ccell coils. Let's just go into manual focus here. I'm in autofocus still. There we are. This is the card that relates to the Ccell coil, and what it gives you versus a standard. See if that writing up close. There we are. That's that. That's what you get in the box with the A4 literature. Now we have here one device. We'll take that out. One tank with installed coil, and we have one spare coil. And underneath this flap here, we have a USB cable for charging. So that's a USB cable. Everybody's seen one of them before. This is the Ccell coil 0.9 ohm. If we go back into close-up mode, this is the Ccell coil, and as you can see, in there. It's a solid block of ceramic. There's no coil visible because the coil is embedded into the 12 micron ceramic. And we have hexagonal holes, 3 sets there, set of 3 there, set of 3 there, and a set of 3 there. And this is red O-ringed to tell you this is a normal canthal coil. Good airflow slots on the bottom of it, and it is an Aspire fitment coil. So, and gold plated as well, obviously, as you can tell by that. That's the coil head, guys. Really innovative. That's the let me show you there. Ccell 0.90. So that's the 0.9 ohm coil, and this is the tank. We have a drip tip, plastic dowel ring type. I'm not a big fan of this drip tip. It's a bit too long, really. It looks a bit rubbishy. It needs to be a little bit shorter, and possibly even a white drip tip or a translucent drip tip would have been nice. That's the drip tip, double O-ringed. And then we've got the base. It says target, and some. Let me just get up a bit closer. There you go. Designed and manufactured by Vaporesso, and it has a gold-plated 510 pin. Big airflow slots, and it does stop. There's a stopper there, so you open it up. It's got a nice feel to it, and you've got 2 of them Cyclops holes. Quite big airflow on this. Really nice airflow as well. You can tailor it right down to minimum. So you've got just that open both sides, and it's got this ceramic-y feel to it, the same as the mod. And what we do is we unscrew from the base. It's a bottom filling tank, and what you do is you fill down them either of them 2 big holes at the side here, there and there. And the tank does come off the O-rings like so. So that's what you're left with for cleaning purposes, and then that just slides on very nicely indeed. That's the tank there, and this is the NI200 coil. If we take this out, this is denoted by blue O-rings, and it does say on, if we can get the light right, NI200 0.2 ohm. Same makeup of coil, just a different coil embedded in the ceramic in this. And then that's the tank, guys. So we'll screw that together. We'll put that to one side, whereas the drip tip is there. So now we get onto the mod itself. Now we'll start from the top. It has these little indents for just your thumb, or you can sort of fire it, hold that your finger that way and fire it with your thumb, or you can, that's the way I've been using it, like that, and then you fire it with your trigger finger, hence the joystick. Really good 510 stainless steel 510 with airflow for anything that's bottom fed for airflow. Very few on the market now. Spring loaded gold plated 510. Has a couple of screws on the top there. There's your trigger. Nice clicky feel. Not rattly at all in any way whatsoever. None of these buttons are rattly. Nice largish screen, but I think the text is a little bit tiny. They could have made the text a lot bigger really for the size of the screen. We have a plus and a minus button, and then your micro USB, and then we have some battery venting holes on the bottom, and we have a little indent here for pulling off, but I don't use it. I just hold it like that and that pulls off. Don't sort of pull it up like that because you'll break that tab. You sort of let it release at the bottom like so, and then pull down. That's how it comes off. And that's the battery door cover. It says Vaporesso on. This is like a rough finish to it here, really nice. And you have in here the battery sled, positive at the top, spring loaded, gold plated again. Some good magnets on here as well. And then you have battery venting at the sides here as well as the bottom, and a really good device. Now, where is my battery? Let's put my battery in. So we'll put the battery in, positive up. This is a Samsung 25R. When I put the battery in, it comes on Vaporesso and then straight on. Now it says 0.2 ohms locked in, but there's nothing attached. It's because it's locked in. So to unlock it, we press the fire button and the down button, and it unlocks, and it comes back from reads 9.99 because there's nothing attached. So let's attach a tank I've got filled up, and we shall put the back on like so. The battery cover fits really nice, as you can see. Fits really well. I just love the device. I think it's really nice. Now we'll screw this. We'll press the screen on. It says check atomizer, so we'll screw it on, and it does automatically read without pressing the fire button. There we are. Now it's saying it's 0.17 ohms. Now this is the only little negative with this device. It's reading the coils anywhere from up to 0.4 out from what the actual coil is, and I've been doing a bit of research, and for every 0.1 of an ohm out, it's losing 32 degrees in temperature. So what I've been doing to get this up to, this device is saying that it's a 0.17 ohm coil. It's actually a 0.2 ohm Ni200 coil. So what I've been doing is set it at 500 Fahrenheit and firing it at that, and then I unscrew it till it reads 0 or 9.99. Screw it back on, and then it's asking for new coil because the coil's still a little bit warm. Now it's reading 0.2 on. Watch it go down, and then I'll lock it in once it reaches somewhere within 0.1 of the 0.2 ohm that it should be. Because if it 0.17 when it's not a 0.17 ohm coil, it's too. I'm having to run it really. It's on maximum at 600 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's too. The vape isn't there really. I think it needs some sort of firmware update to fix the ohms reading issue in this device, because it is quite a bit out. I've had it where it's read this coil at 0.16 when it's being really cold. But yeah, that's how I get it to read, and then it's automatically locked in then at 0.19. So what we have here is your ohms at the top here, and the battery meter. Applied wattage, you can't alter the wattage, you just change your Fahrenheit, and then your applied wattage will kick in. Look, it shows you what your applied wattage is, and then up to 570 degrees Fahrenheit or roundabouts, and it does work really well. The temperature control on this does. Now, so to lock it in, it's fire button and down, fire button and plus is your system locked. Now if this was a canthal coil and you wanted to change out of from nickel to canthal, manually you would press the plus and the minus button together. What you can't yet because the system's locked, so I've got to get out of system locked. Now it's unlocked. Then now we can press the plus and the minus together and it will go into wattage mode. If you're in wattage mode and you screw on, if you're in nickel mode, temperature control mode, and you screw on a camphor coil, it will come up sometimes and say to you on the display that it's not an NI coil and switch you into wattage mode automatically, and vice versa. If you're in wattage mode and you stick an NI coil on there like this is, let's see if it'll do it now in wattage mode. No, it doesn't do it in wattage mode, which is a bit. I think I've had it do it a couple of times, but I'm only just going to quickly fire it to see if it does it. But it does do it in temperature mode. When you're sticking a camphor coil on, it'll say not NI coil on the screen here. But we'll go back into temperature control mode, and you'll see that the ohms are still locked in at 0.19, so it does remember, and it also remembers when you take the battery out. But it's quite a decent screen. I think the font needed to be a little bit bigger for your ohms and your wattage here. Could have utilised the screen a little bit better, but it's not bad at all. And you can also, 5 clicks turns it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 clicks turns it back on again. 1, 2, 3 clicks switches the display and flips it. 1, 2, 3 flips it back again. And that's the device, guys. That's everything on the display, and it is quite a bright display. It does go off into standby to save on battery power, but it does fire back up straight away when it comes out of standby. There's nowhere, I don't detect any sort of lag. See, it's gone off now, and then press the fire button, comes straight in. So there's no lag on it. Really good device, really good device. So that's it, guys. What we'll do is we'll go back up to the top. We'll have a vape on it, and we'll see you up at the top, guys. So thanks for watching. Welcome back up to the top. Hope you got what you wanted from that close-up, and it is. I think it's a fantastic device. Apart from that low reading of the coils with the NI coils, and it's just a quick fire and a tweak. Fire it and then unscrew it, put it back on while it's a little bit warm. You shouldn't do that really. It should be a base resistance, but because this is reading so low, it's reading like sort of down to 0.4 out. I've had it reading 0.16 when it should be 0.2 ohms. It's losing so much in the vape that you have to do that with this device. It does need a firmware update of some sort, but there isn't anything for it at the moment. So it's something for Vaporesso. If you watched any of these guys, have a look at your chip and how it reads the ohms with the NI coil, because it does alter the vape drastically. Each 0.1 it loses, it reads under, you'll lose roughly about 32 degrees Fahrenheit in temperature. So let's have another vape. The flavour from the coils, guys, is absolutely fantastic. Really, really good. Like I say, it's a Marmite mod. You either like it or you don't. It looks really good in the stainless steel, as well as I think it does in the white. The other colours I could take a leave really, but it does show the mod off really well in this stormtrooperish type colour. Let me just put another tank on it just to show you what it looks like with other tanks. This is the Raphael from UL, which I have a review of coming up shortly. I've already done a first look vid. That's what it looks like with the Raphael on. It's quite a large tank, the Raphael. And see, it's come up not NI 200, and it's dropped into wattage mode because this is a stainless steel coil in here. So let's just up it a bit because it's gone to 30 watts. We'll go to 40 watts. It's a 0.5 ohm stainless steel coil. Lovely. Fantastic. Once getting up a bit higher than that. That's what it looks like with the UL on it. Let's just stick, for shits and giggles, let's just stick my Alliance V2 on it. Drippers look good on it as well, to be honest. This is the Alliance V2. This is clocking in at 0.3 ohms. So let's go up to 50 watts with this. And that's what it looks like with the Alliance V2 dripper on it. So yeah, you know, it does fire all these other, you don't have to use the tank it comes with. As you can see, puts the power to the coil quite easily. 3.87 volts. Lovely. So guys, thoughts, really, really good device. I love it. Absolutely love the device. For picking up and taking out and about. I mean, I've got DNA 200, I've got the cuboid. This is really, really light. Really light. Even with this tank, the tank's not as heavy as some tanks either. But everything on it feels solid. Really solid. The battery door, excuse me, dripping that is. The battery door, solid. There's just no rattles whatsoever in it, and it really is a solid device. I've used this for a couple of weeks now, and even the powder coat on the bottom is, I'm just going to manual focus, is holding up, and I've been putting that down on my desk here, taking it work a couple of times, and it really is holding up very, very well, even with it being white. So really, really good. Very impressed with the device. Really impressed. Now, like I said, you can get this from www.boldvape.co.uk. John Bold, $59.90, and just really, really good, guys. If you like the look of this or any of the other colours on the market, you would do no worse than buying this. It really is good device, and I can't praise it enough, to be honest. The ceramic Ccell coils you get with it are very, very good also, and they're not too expensive. Let me just check on Bold Vape how much the Ccell coils are, for £13.90 for a pack of 5. So you know, they're not that expensive. I've seen some ceramic coils for the new Ccell tank clocking in at a £5 a piece nearly. So you know, at £13.90 for 5, it's really as good. So I'll take one last vape and then we'll wrap it up. Lovely. So thanks guys for watching. I've got a review coming up for the UL Raphael tank. I've also got a review coming for the cuboid, which is another great device, fantastic device, and I've got a juice review as well. So I'll see you in my next review, guys. Thank you for watching.